Obsidian snaps against cotton. Valley of Puebla, 1455. Your Xochiyaoyotl just lost 3 teeth on a jaguar warrior's quilted Xochiyaoyotl. Dead weight. 4 Xochiyaoyotl close your flanks. Swinging low, capture strikes. An atlatl dart punches through your calf. Maguey rope cinches your wrists. This field has one purpose: take warriors alive. Past the dust, an empty wooden frame. The Tzompantli has no skulls yet. 60 miles to Tenochtitlan. None of you are coming back. In 1450, famine swept the Valley of Mexico for 4 consecutive years. Moctezuma I's priest declared Huitzilopochtli demanded live sacrifices. He gave them the Flower Wars, Xochiyaoyotl, scheduled battles between city-states, fought on agreed dates, at agreed locations, with agreed warrior counts. Aztec 4-man Xochiyaoyotl squads trained for one objective: isolate a man, strike his legs, collapse him, bind him alive. A warrior's rank depended on how many enemies he brought back breathing. 1 capture earned a coloured Tzompantli cloak. 4 captures earned jaguar status, the highest military honour in the empire. If the real mechanics behind the Flower Wars are the kind of history you need. Subscribe. Xochiyaoyotl from that field, the one whose Xochiyaoyotl shattered, was roped and marched 60 miles along the Iztapalapa causeway into Tenochtitlan, a city of 200,000, 5 times the population of London. Crowds threw marigold petals. He became Ixiptla, a divine vessel, bathed, fed, dressed in a god's vestments, housed in his temple quarters for up to a year. Then a Teixiptla priest opened his chest with a Tecpatl flint knife at the summit of the Templo Mayor. 150-foot twin pyramid. His heart filled a stone Coaxicali. His skull was defleshed, drilled through both temples, threaded onto the Tzompantli. 1 more pole filled, 1 more row raised. His unit back in Tlaxcala buried an empty funeral bundle. 12 men became 11. If both sides agreed to these wars, why did the Tlaxcala keep losing? Because the agreement was never equal. The Aztec Triple Alliance fielded up to 300,000 warriors. Tlaxcala had 30,000. The Aztecs rotated fresh regiments. Tlaxcala sent the same men until they were captured or dead. Over 64 years, the Xochiyaoyotl consumed an estimated 20,000 Tlaxcalan warriors. The Triple Alliance simultaneously enforced a total trade embargo. No cotton entered Tlaxcala, no salt, no obsidian, which meant no fresh Xochiyaoyotl blades. After each flower war, Aztec quartermasters resupplied fresh obsidian from Pachuca's mines. Tlaxcalan smiths reused shattered blades until nothing remained to sharpen. The Quetzalcoatl feathered shields marking elite units vanished as trade routes were severed. Aztec warriors soaked their cotton Xochiyaoyotl in brine to harden it. Every year the gap widened. Xochiyaoyotli's son inherits his father's Xochiyaoyotl. 3 teeth missing, 2 replaced with flint that fractures on impact. He joins what remains of his father's unit. 8 men where 12 should be. He fights his first flower war at 17, survives, losses 2 more from the unit. By his 3rd engagement, the formation deploys 6, another skull drilled, another pole raised, another captain's name forgotten. In Tenochtitlan, Moctezuma II's war council reviews the latest capture tallies, and they are not enough. Scholars including Ross Hassig argued since 1988 that the Flower Wars functioned as calculated attrition. Slow-motion conquest hidden behind sacred obligation. The Triple Alliance could have invaded Tlaxcala directly, but Tlaxcala's mountain passes were fortified with stone walls and wooden palisades. A full invasion would have cost tens of thousands of Aztec casualties. Xochiyaoyotl was cheaper. Each engagement removed 200 to 500 irreplaceable Tlaxcalan veterans, while the Aztecs rotated expendable units. The Codex Mendoza, now at Oxford's Bodleian Library, records the escalation. Each successive tlatoani expanded the Flower War campaigns as the empire's borders grew. The Tzompantli filled accordingly. Each skull tracked a subtracted soldier. Over 60 years, the cumulative arithmetic matched a full conquest. Without a single siege tower, the Xochiyaoyotli's son, his skull was drilled and mounted sometime around 1500. 2 generations of one family on the same rack. His own son, the Xochiyaoyotli's grandson, was 14. He would never fight a flower war. By the time he reached fighting age, Tlaxcala's leadership understood the trap. Refusing the Xochiyaoyotl meant impiety, giving the Triple Alliance justification for total invasion. Accepting meant extinction by arithmetic. They had one option: wait. February 1519. Tlaxcalan scouts report. Men in metal armor have landed near Kempoala with 16 horses and 14 cannons. On September 2nd, Tlaxcala attacks Cortés with 30,000 warriors. The Xochiyaoyotli's grandson, now in his early 30s, is among them. carrying his grandfather's Xochiyaoyotl. Obsidian that shattered cotton bounced off steel. The weapon that defined flower war combat for 6 decades could not scratch a Spanish breastplate. Capture formations disintegrated against cavalry. They lose. September 5th, they attack again. They lose again. Then the council sends envoys. On September 23, 1519, Tlaxcala formally allies with Cortés and his 500 soldiers. 10,000 Tlaxcalan warriors. Food. Porters. They mapped Tenochtitlan's 3 causeways, identified the Chapultepec aqueduct as the city's single water supply, named every tributary state ready to revolt. Every empty funeral bundle they had buried for 2 generations told them what to do. Cortés arrived at the moment the Aztec Empire's attrition weapon had manufactured a coalition willing to destroy it. The grandson marched toward Tenochtitlan, toward the Tzompantli, toward his grandfather's skull. November 8, 1519. Cortés enters Tenochtitlan along the Iztapalapa causeway, 500 Spaniards and thousands of Tlaxcalan warriors behind him. Moctezuma II receives the column at the sacred precinct. Within days, his captain Andrés de Tapia walks the Templo Mayor. He stops at the Tzompantli. Tapia's Relación, recorded around 1539, describes what he counted. Vertical poles, skulls per pole, multiplied, 136,000 human skulls on a single rack, each drilled through both temples, threaded on horizontal wooden poles, stacked taller than a man. Lime mortar preserved the bone. Xochiyaotl's grandson stood in front of that rack. His grandfather, his father, thousands of Tlaxcalan warriors, all on wooden poles. The Tzompantli was full. In 2015, archaeologists from Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History excavated the Tzompantli beneath Guatemala Street in Mexico City. Tapia's 15th century count and the 21st century excavation confirmed the same structure from opposite ends of history. A cylindrical skull tower cemented with lime, 6 feet in diameter. Among the skulls, women, children. The captured warriors' only narrative collapsed. June 30th, 1521. Cortés launches the final siege. 900 Spaniards, 86 cavalry, 18 cannons, 13 brigantines, and between 80,000 and 200,000 Tlaxcalan and allied warriors. The Xochiyaotl's grandson fought in that force. The Tlaxcala did not follow Cortés. They used him. 75 days, district by district. Chapultepec aqueducts, cut. Tlatelolco marketplace, burned. On August 13th, the last tlatoani, Cuauhtémoc, pulled from a canoe on Lake Texcoco. The Spanish crown granted Tlaxcala tax exemptions, the right to bear arms, the right to ride horses, the title most noble and loyal city. Those privileges held into the 18th century. Tenochtitlan was razed. Mexico City was built on top of it. The Xochiyaotl's grandson survived the fall of the empire that consumed his family. Not one captured warrior was ever returned across 6 decades of flower wars. The Tlatoc's greatest military innovation, a war that bled enemies without the cost of invasion, manufactured the army that leveled their capital. Tzompantli was the receipt. Somewhere beneath Guatemala Street, the skulls are still stacked in lime. Archaeologists are still counting. Tlaxcala helped destroy one empire, but what the Spanish crown eventually did to its most loyal ally is a different receipt entirely.